won. The people that are against it, they won. Why come?
Hey,
To gloat?
you can go on the newspaper right now.
Why don't
He's a
you?
member of the community.
Why don't you?
Right, that's no.
I voted for you. Why don't
I
you?
don't care what you say, anything, you just shut up.
You don't care what I say.
That's all have our kids.
Got that on camera.
Do you not take this
Okay.
We voted for you. We voted for you. We as the people voted for you. We would like you to listen to us. Please.
I did, and I'm listening to other people.
I also think
That's
it's
what
pretty
you
awesome,
do.
just told the voter to shut up.
That's fine, I don't
Way
care.
to go, Les. Somebody get that in there. 'Cause
Larry,
Can anybody
Larry.
else?
Larry, make sure that gets in the
I
paper.
understand you're president. I understand you're president, but, and I, like I said, like her, I don't come to enough meetings, I don't, so I'm oblivious.
I
Yes,
hope
I
you
am
all
here.
do
I
from now
hope too, but I'm here to support Mike, but like Mr. Whitecamp, Scott, Sean, Tony, Larry, sorry. Do you guys not have input? I mean, I understand you're the president, and I don't know, it may work that way. I'm just simply asking, you're the only one that's having to answer all these questions, which is hard. I understand that it's.
Usually the board president,
Board president.
generally is the
Okay.
spokesperson for his reason.
And we don't always agree, trust me.
But we'd like to hear from other of you,
There.
because I elected you, Sean, my group, my community elected you. You represent our community, I vote for township.
I
I want to hear from you.
my sole purpose here coming here was not to start an argument, and I told my brother to be quiet, politely. And he's passionate like I am, but I had a very good conversation with Mr. Whitecamp right after school, and I think he understood where I'm coming from and my point of view. Now, as a lifelong resident of this town, Mr. Whitecamp has a lot of power and a lot of things he can say to make things right. And I think it's a shame that Mr. Mullen has that much power to make that decision after we had 5 meetings, and I thought every meeting got better, not got worse. First one was disastrous.
That's what he portrays.
Okay, but what I want to say is thank you for giving me that opportunity. Everybody else we can calm down because it's going to be given an opportunity. Whether it works out or not, we'll have to wait and see. What I'm saying is, I think Mr. Whitecamp understands, and he's not going to say a word, but I think he understands and knows where everybody's coming from.
Well, yeah, I think all you guys understand that. Yeah, I just hope that you take
Usually,
into consider.
the board usually rubber stamps.
I know, I
Is
talk
everything-
with
We're not
you
rubber
guys
stamping.
personally, I get that, but I just
So
hope
that's a good sign.
Yeah,
If you're gonna table this and you're gonna discuss it again, does that mean at the next month's board meeting it will be discussed again? So that we can all be here?
It'll be possible.
Pardon?
I don't think that's gonna go a full month. Gotta be soon.
There'll be-
Well, if you wait a full month, you're really hurting the team. You're hurting the situation. You're hurting the next coach, whoever it is.
But you'll give people plenty of time to come, so that they can make arrangements like me, so I can go up there, I want to be here.
Basically, I just want to know, you're going to sit down and talk with Mike
and
have
John,
Mr. Mullen and.
No, actually.
I think all our coaches ought to be
Talk
there.
to them separate because I don't want,
And,
I
you know,
can't
I
talk
don't-
to them separate, you'll get more.
Okay, I just want Coach Wagoner, Mike, to have a fair shake. Like I said, I'm not from here, but while I'm hearing, you're getting one, maybe 2 people's advisory, and you're weighing it on that person. I think if you get it together, you'll resolve some issues. I'm just saying.
and I agree with that, because I think, from my experience and a lot of others, I think if John is writing one thing and telling you guys another, I think the obvious solution would be to have them both in the room with you and with the younger staff. I mean, but like you said, his younger staff, they're telling him,
We'll talk to Mike.
I'm just saying though, that seems, and then have you guys considered like how many players you'll be losing? I mean, I know that we have a couple right here, one in the 8th grade who says more than likely he will not be back to Loogootee if Mike is gone. Did you guys hear me?
I'm his mother. My concern is for the program as a whole, and Mike's job. But, these kids are gonna suffer if this program continues to suffer. We've got a lot of talent getting ready to come through, and that could be big things, And I think he has a vision for the program, and I think he should be allowed to, carry it through. At least given the chance to carry it through.
Stability all over.
Yeah.
I
basketball period. And trust me, if you like basketball, if you like any sport, you may not like school, but that will carry you through school. And maybe time you graduate, you can become a great college person. Okay? Plus, I know if you lose people, you lose money, don't you?
Yeah, but we're told that way both ways, okay? That, I mean,
I'm just-
yeah, I know what you're saying. I
I'm
don't
just
want to,
saying.
I don't want to relive
But
that.
I'm just
I
saying,
understand.
don't look basketball program. But if you lose a person that, this boy here, likes mine, that's what got me through school. You know, I wasn't the greatest student, but basketball got me through school, and because of my coach, you know, and he may have a rapport with him. So I'm just, you know, there may be other players like that. If he's gone, I'm gonna weigh my differences. If he stays, awesome.
Understand.
Okay.
Go to the next man.
As a player, the only thing I do agree with Mr. Wagner on, if we do have this meeting, to have it soon because it could jeopardize our team in the upcoming to not, maybe have them, maybe not have them, whatever way the decision ends up going. If it drags on for another month, that can hurt our future season, which is my last season, and I really want to win a sectional. And I would rather have the decision whether he is here or isn't here sooner so it can help our team benefit more than having him maybe there one day and then can't because it's back and forth, so.
Absolutely. I totally agree also.
Hey Eric, who do you plan on having at this meeting?
Mike,
And what's he gonna tell you that it is that I already told you guys?
we'll talk. There's a lot
I
of.
mean, that's,
And
to me, if you're pinning it on if you're pinning it on the
Guys,
underclass coaches, then I think they all need to be at the table, and if they have a piece to say to Mike, then they need to
we're
say it
going
to his
to meet with
face.
Mike. And we'll go
But you're saying things that was never said about younger coaches. I mean, you're sitting here blaming younger coaches, and whether you heard that Jeff said it or not, it wasn't said. I mean, they support
And we
Mike, and
don't-
I think Mike's got the support of all the other coaches, and I don't understand why their opinions are being out.
Maybe to his face.
Well, I don't know how much we took in, the account of Mike Weiniger resigning. I don't know how much of his input was included in that.
We'll talk to him. And if we need to talk to other people, we will at that point, okay? Thank you. I mean, like I said, this is not anything that any of us could stand there for an hour talking about. It's not anything any of us want to come up here and sit and do. There's nothing that we can do about this. And we will talk to Mike, and I respect Mike. Whitney, I do want to say I read what you wrote. That's very nice. Very nice.
Hey Jeff, keep in mind, this is your elected school board. You don't have to be asked to talk to them.
Absolutely. You can call us
You can
anytime.
contact them, and all the younger coaches can contact them, and anybody in the community outside of.
And guys, this is falling, don't blame the younger, don't go, I don't want a mass exodus here and everybody go find out who the
That's
younger
what
coach
you've done,
is.
though.
But that's the only thing.
That's the only thing you told us to do, and then you
It's
didn't.
a big secret, so you
No,
know,
it's
it's like,
not.
we don't know
Very-
what else to go on.
One more thing before we meet, I was gonna say, John and I had a discussion in our last meeting, and we left on a pretty good balance of things, and I said, John, you recommend me, and the first thing I will do is have a meeting with all my coaches, and we will straighten everything out. If there is a problem, we'll get on the same page. He said, that's great, and we looked at me and went like that. So I felt pretty good about that. So I mean, I'm just floating that out too. Don't throw these guys under the rug because,
Yeah, I
Can
mean,
you
that's
trust your
one thing too,
administrator?
you know, Mike,
Does anybody here feel like you can trust your administrator? Because I do not. And I can say that openly in a board
When
meeting.
is his contract up?
well, I've had his,
Yes,
we vote on that?
Contract though.
but
When is his
I'm
contract?
sorry.
I really want to know.
my sister
And
one
apparently-
day, and then he called
another
another person.
Can I just say one thing for the, and it's not derogatory. I just want to say, you will not find a person here, around here, in the next state that would be more committed to this town, this school, this team, this program than my father. As a kid, I watched him stay out till midnight when he coached for Jack. I sat at the window, waited on my father to come home. I knew he wouldn't be home till 12 or 1 because he was in that gym every night, excuse my language, busting his ass to get where he is today. And I just don't think that letting a few little coaches, pardon my language, dictate his future is correct. If there are other problems, work them out. He's a successful coach. You've all seen it. It's not fair to sit here and give this man Let this man give 25 years to a program, give him 3 years to prove himself and say, see ya. It's not fair. He's a great coach. He would give his heart and soul to any of those boys on that team. And it really, really, really just tears me up that you can't give him more than 3 years to prove that. And that's all I have to say.
He's done good in the 3 years.
Thank you. Is there any other issues besides coaches on patron input before I close it?
Eric, can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
One thing I want to say, we talked about this, Mike. My position is extremely hard. I have a son right there, last year. I've read articles, I've read things that say, my decision has something to do with my son's play. I'm going to say this in public right now. My decision has nothing to do with it at all. Nothing at all. When I said, Mike, I've been objective, that's why we're having this meeting, so we can go through what we think are the issues and talk to you about it. So, you know, I just...
In your defense too, we discussed this around Christmas time, so it's not an issue to me.
Sean's in the same boat. Okay, we're both in a really bad, tight
I mean,
spot.
if this goes, you know, Mike goes, if it ends up, Mike ends up losing this position, I mean, me and Tim are.
We're hosts. Everybody's hosts.
We're pretty bad.
You know,
That's why we're being really
I'm
objective.
between a rock and a hard place.
I mean,
You know how, it's hard.
it's very difficult to set up.
But why should he lose his
Why-
job?
why-
If you have a
why would I
winning
want
season,
to-
All I saw
Why
was a
should he?
recommendation tonight. We got it tonight, okay? And we didn't rubber stamp it, okay? I told
Normally these
Mike.
things
Yeah,
are
but for-
5-0.
you guys gotta understand the stress that's at our household too. For 2 months, ever since, well, the night they lost the sectional, the rumors were flying. And he's been on the computer typing up all this info for Mr. Mullen. I mean, to string it on is not any better either. And not alone just,
But we want to bring
that's
this
our
in a
kids, it's
couple days. Let
everything.
us meet, Marcia, let's meet
What?
with Mike. Let us meet with Mike, okay?
Well, then why did we do that before? Why did we
That's
wait
our
till now to
recommendation
decide?
tonight.
Pardon?
We have the recommendation tonight. We usually act on recommendations. This is very unusual that the school board ever does this. Because that's not, our job is to support our administrators and make a decision on what the recommendations are. We're allowing Mike to sit down and talk to us because he has to give it to us. And that's all.
But why
I
would
can
you
do.
want to meet together? Because it's, this one says this,
No.
this one's saying another. Why would you want to do that?
We'll meet together. Let us meet
I mean,
together.
that's where you get all the honest,
Yeah, we will.
everybody can be honest about it. Can I ask a question? It's off the topic, but it has anything to do with this. How do I find out, as a citizen and a parent, with kids in the school, when John Mullen's contract is up?
Every, end of June.
This year?
No, that's automatic rollover for
Yeah.
2 years. They're automatic rollover unless we take it away for 2 years. All administrators, after they're here 6 years, they all have an automatic rollover for 2 years.
So when is it up again?
One additional use will be 2 years. Yeah.
When is it up again? When
It-
will it
I
be
mean,
up
it
again?
rolls over every two,
If
unless
it
we
was
take
last
it away.
June, then
Right.
it won't be this June, it will be the June after.
Unless we take it away, it will continue to roll over until we do
But
it.
you're not like.
What steps does the community have to do to consider taking that away? The board taking that away? What steps?
There's nothing that you can do. I mean, unless he's not doing his job.
There, I have voiced my concerns and my complaints to Mr. Whitecamp about issues I've had with John Mullen, and there have been other issues in this community, and it never got discussed. And I would like to discuss it.
Not publicly. We're not doing that. I told you that. We don't do that. We don't discuss that stuff publicly.
You have a whole